Hey, welcome in everybody to another edition of the replay. We back. We back. We're back, man, in the studio of our barbershop, man. I got my man to my right, D.A. Daryl Alexander, my man T.J. Tim Jackson, and none other than my boy Jeff Booker. Booker, one of the baddest barbers around. Hey, guys, we got a lot to cover, man. A lot to cover. But before we do it, I'm your host, Jabril Rashad. I sure appreciate this, my brother over here. I got to introduce myself, Jabril Rashad, as one of the hosts. But listen, we got a lot to cover, man. So before we do a lot of that, y'all hit that subscribe, like, and share button for me, man. So we want to cover something that happened yesterday, Sunday, man. Those doggone Philadelphia Eagles got plucked by those San Francisco 49ers. We needed that for the Dallas Cowboys, man. Yeah, Debo! So you know what? I'm not going to even hold on. I'm not going to even hesitate. I'm going to come right over here to my right now, because I'm surprised he ain't got his 49ers on, y'all. He ain't got his 49ers shirt on.
Act like you been there.
Act like you been there. Hey, DA, you know what? Thank you. We appreciate the win. Right.
We do.
If we happen to play y'all again, we will take care of our business against y'all. But right now we're gonna talk about last night. Yeah, absolutely, really? Man, absolutely. Really? But yesterday's game, man. Look, I was going for San Francisco, absolutely, but I didn't know they was gonna bring it like that, man. So you didn't either?
Man, I was so mad after the first quarter. Did you see? We had negatives, 6 yards after a whole quarter.
Yeah.
I didn't think we were going to win. I said, man, they're going to eventually start scoring touchdowns on us. But then, all we needed was a couple first downs.
Right.
And to me, Philly's defensive backs have never been that good. And Philly always starts slow. But I was saying, like you've been saying, you keep playing with fire. We ain't a team really, and I ain't bragging. We ain't a team you can play with fire. Like once we get on your head, you ain't gonna just come back on us in the second half.
Right.
And I like the 49ers because they'll go into somebody else's home who's supposed to be good and just break them down. And right. That's what you got to do. You got to go. Like somebody said, I think it was my boy Charles Gentry made a statement. He said, "Man, 49ers ain't really bullies." But if you're a bully, they'll go in and break your back. Yeah, they'll bully you if you think you're a bully. Right. That's kind of what it was.
Right. Well, let me come over here to TJ, man, because he saw. In fact, we watched the game together. I believe it was the game, the Cowboy game, the Cowboy Seattle game. That was Cowboy Seattle. We're gonna talk about that too, though. But you saw the game yesterday, man. What was your take from it? Because again, Debo Samuel, man, he did his thing, man, for them 49ers. Boy.
You just said it right there, Debo. Debo was out during those 3 games. So, like I said, at the beginning of the season, they got the best weapons because that's why the quarterback plays so well. And then the defensive line and offensive line, they got, like I said, 3 teams have the most dominant offensive line, defensive line, right? But number 3 is Dallas. Number 1 is supposed to be Philadelphia, but San Francisco added that boy from Washington, who Washington just gave to San Francisco. Chase Young, exactly. Yeah. They just gave him Chase Young. Yeah. So I can't believe that. I was like, wow.
But he hasn't really done a whole lot.
Yeah, but he's stout. And he can play that. He's better than what they had. And he can play against the run very well, too. Yeah. So he plays at both the run and the pass. Yeah. So he makes your run defense very well. And he will, if you put him one-on-one a little bit, he will get to the quarterback as well, too, because he's powerful. And he pushes back. He pushes back the lineman. So the lineman gets close to him. So he makes the pocket really, really tight. Yeah. And so looking at that makes it, Philadelphia was handling it really well in the first half. And then the second half, that rush started to get to him a little bit.
Right.
And then the coverage in the back end. But, the coverage with the linebacker.
He definitely flushed him out.
Hold on, I got one more thing. The San Francisco team got away with one of the Philadelphia Eagles things this game as well, too. A hole where they just grabbed a dude and pulled him down.
Oh, yeah.
I Philly does it every game.
Would like that.
No, Philly doing it every game, so I'm like, okay, good.
Right. Well, coming over to my boy JB, Book, help me out a little bit, man. What was your take on it, man?
My take on the game,
your keys to the game.
My keys to the game, piggyback on this guy. At the beginning of the game, 49ers started out kind of slow on the offense. The offense wasn't, they wasn't jetting, they wasn't moving. And Philadelphia, they went down. They got 2 field goals first quarter. They went out and kicked 2 field goals. And, it looked like it was just going to be just like a low-scoring slugfest.
Slugfest.
And then all of a sudden, the the 49ers offense, they got the gelling, they got the running the ball. You know, the offensive line, man, for the 49ers, man, those guys, when I'm telling you how they block up
Big
front,
Trent Williams now, man.
So we was able to get the ball running, and then, like you said, Debo went to work, man. And when Debo opened up the game, man, and when he's playing like he's playing, man, that offense is brilliant. It's hard to stop. It's like a nerve.
Too many weapons.
It's like it's too many weapons. And then to pick it back on what Tim said on the defensive side, man, you bring Chase Young in, man. You bring Chase Young in, and when the passing, the timing was there at times, but man, the pressure and them, the Philly couldn't run the ball. Right. And when Philly can't run the ball, when they can't run the ball, it's hard for them, you know, to pass. Right. You know, Brian them, they play, they got their little rocks and pass out, but man, just overall, man, 49ers defense they just playing lights out right now, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna provide a little bit more insight too, man. What I really saw, several things you mentioned. We talk about Eagles not running the ball.
Right.
You know, I think for them, they have to have that balance. If you're going to have anything, you're going to have more runs than passes.
That's right.
I think Jalen threw the ball for like 44 times.
That's right.
Oh, that's too much. That's too much.
Too much.
Then they go down there kicking field goals.
Right.
When you're playing against a team like the 49ers, you can't kick no field. You can't kick. You got to come away with 7, man.
That's right.
And because like Darryl just said, I truly believe that San Francisco is great playing out front. When they out front, ain't no coming back catching them. They out the blocks, man, like Carl Lewis.
You got to catch them. You got to catch them. You got to be the bully on them.
If it had been 14-0, San Francisco would have been. Purdy would have got.
They was a striker.
It would have been a different game.
Yeah. I truly believe that too, man. But it just seemed like after that going at that second half, and I know. To me, the Eagles probably had a little bit of that little arrogance to creep in because how they played the second half. They was like cool, no big deal. But like I said, you keep playing with fire, you're going to get burned. That's why I said last week, nah, they don't have a rabbit foot. They got the whole rabbit. Because they really have been having these plugs and these holes in their secondary as well as on that second level. And I'm saying to myself, it's going to catch up with
them. That's right. But the 49ers showed a lot of teams how to beat Philly now. You know,
but I don't know if anybody, I don't know, because San Francisco got, if not one of the best personnel-wise, they got a lot of talent on their roster, man.
Do.
And the levels in which they play on all 3 levels, the front, the middle, and the back end.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I don't know if anybody can match that.
Especially defensively, you talking about their front 7. Right. Those 2 linebackers.
Right, Greenlaw and what's
Warner.
Yeah, Warner. Yeah, Fred Warner. Oh man,
that front 7 just
it's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
I appreciate y'all not being haters, man.
No, we don't do no hate. We don't do no hate,
man. For y'all to be Cowboy lovers, y'all are really talking football.
That's right.
Yeah, we gonna give credit where credit. We just say
but when it gets to the Cowboys, it's like y'all heart. You know, your heart gets a little too much. But y'all are analyzing this like the pros. This is better than the Fox Sports show.
Look here, I'm gonna call it like I see it, and right now, I mean, to me, the way the 49ers, man, you know, they put up 42 points, man, on the Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. Yeah. So the way they performing right now, everybody being back healthy, they are the team to me to beat.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? We got to match that. And I said this. I said this last week. Y'all listen to me. We talked about it briefly too, TJ. Mm-hmm. I said Clark, our linebacker core, our second level, man. We in trouble. If he can't, I ain't talking about just playing just to be okay.
That's right.
Mediocre. You got to make flash plays. You got to punch the ball out like Fred Warner. You got to make plays, man. You got to go there, even if you got to get kicked out of the game like Greenlaw. He points. Go get kicked out the game, then.
Do something. Did y'all have gotten Shaq Leonard? You think?
I wanted him.
I wanted him. Absolutely.
He would have been better than what you had.
But there's something going on there because he didn't sign with Philly.
He signed with Philly today.
Yeah. Oh, so that's breaking news. That's breaking news.
They got
wow.
That's
wow. Yep. They were looking deep into what you going to say, TJ.
Well, I'm saying, who's the linebacker? Was Evans the one that came in?
Rashad Evans.
I
want to speak about that.
If he can get healthy, right, and get the system down, he'll be okay. We need somebody that can handle linemen coming out and move those linemen and don't let the linemen cover them up. Now, Clark doesn't really let that happen too much, but he doesn't make plays. At least Evans can make plays. Yeah.
Right. That's what I want to say something in regard to Rashad Evans because, what was it, 2018 draft, NFL draft. I can't remember exactly which draft he come out, but it was him and Leighton Van Der Esch. And I'm sitting there watching the draft. Rashard Evans was at Alabama. Van Der Esch was at Boise State. And Dallas selected, of course, Van Der Esch. And I remember thinking, man, why didn't you get Rashard Evans out of Alabama? And I said, okay, I'm going to follow both their careers because the Tennessee Titans drafted Rashard Evans. Now, when Tennessee was playing really good, when they was, really in the playoff, and they was a blue-collar, bringing your lunch pail, hey, man, Rashard Evans was a beast, man.
He was.
He was a beast. Piggybacking what Tim was just saying, if he can get acclimated, I think it's the scheme more than anything, because remember on the pass interference down the seam, to me, I was like, well, at least he was there. Because it seemed like he just turned and started running. Because if he hadn't been there, that was six. From Seattle, that was 6. But he wanted to get a pass interference. But he came in late. He had been on the street, so to speak. Mm-hmm. He came in late, and he's trying to get acclimated. If he can get acclimated to the system, I'm good with that. Even though the Eagles signed Shaquille O'Neal, whatever. Shaq Leonard. I'm sorry. Sorry, Big Shaq. Sorry, Big Shaq. Shaquille Leonard, even though they signed him today, as Darryl was reporting, I still like Rashard Evans because he's a healthy young. I think he only like 26, somewhere in there, 27. So I like him, man, if they can implement him into the scheme of what we're trying to do, because we got to get our second level, our defense, right in the middle part of our defense right. If we can do that, man, I think we're going to have a positive showing.
I can't wait till this weekend.
With the Eagles.
Dallas and Philly.
Dallas and Philly.
That's Sunday night, right?
Sunday night.
Sunday night. Wait.
That's going to be fun.
That's going to be huge.
We haven't got down to pick that yet. We haven't got no. I wouldn't say about no push up. We haven't gotten. I want to see what the picks is gonna be, because we're gonna do these picks and all this.
I don't know what the picks is gonna be.
Okay, you might go with the Cowboys.
No, I will not.
Oh,
wait a minute.
No,
wait a minute.
Great.
Well, wait. We're gonna segue to that. I gotta ask him that because he said he was gonna be rolling with Dallas now. After he made that.
No, I did not. You not in this game.
Okay,
all right. I didn't say that.
All right,
I want to try to get up on y'all.
Well, it ain't gonna
and
be
this is the game to do it. Ain't nothing else.
I mean, DA rolling the dice, man.
We got Miami.
Check it out.
We got Miami.
Let me just let y'all know right now. I'm picking Philly, Miami, and Buffalo, and I might pick Detroit.
So you saying? So you? Why can't wait till we get the picks, man? Because he thinking the Dallas gonna win, don't lose 3, maybe 4 games in a row.
I'm just telling you who I'm gonna pick.
See now he just credited us about talking football smart. Not talking with our heart, but talking with our mind about the Dallas Cowboys.
Now, if I look over here, reasons behind it when we get that far. I'll give you my reasons.
He got reasons. I don't know what you finna say, TG. How you wanna?
I ain't done to say about that. I can't even believe you even put that out of his mind.
You know what I mean? So
he just change his mind.
He's being hateful to spiteful.
No, what he gonna do? He gonna change his mind. He gonna change his mind.
Man, I want the
You know what?
We're
I
gonna
really
have
want to go with the Cowboys.
We're gonna have room for that too. He gonna have room for that too.
I called this dude out the blue. I text y'all out the blue and said, I know Tim don't know. He thought I said, this game is at a neutral site. And he said, oh, man, I changed my pick then. So, come on, Tim.
All right.
You know that game? I said, man, he thinks this game is played here, but it's played here. And he changed his pick and won because of it.
All right, well, check this out. Coming up, y'all, we gotta talk about this thing, man. This NCAA Final Four, college football Final Four, who vying for the national championship. We gotta talk about this. Why these teams, or one of these teams, got left out that we know I feel like should have been there. So stay tuned, don't go anywhere. Hit that subscribe, like button, and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back to the replay, y'all. So we're gonna start talking about this thing right now. It's been, well talked about earlier, talked about across the country. Everybody have chimed in, voiced their opinion about what happened with this Final Four. FSU was left out, Florida State University. Of course, by now, many of the people know that it was Michigan, Washington, Alabama, and Texas. Okay, that's going to be your 4 vying for the national championship. And I'm just going to get right to it, because me and this joker been typing and texting and talking and everything else. So we're here to debate this right now. He don't think that FSU should have been in it, so I'm going to come right over here again to my man DA, and I want to hear you tell this camera, tell the people.
Can I get no look?
A no look? I don't give a no look.
There you go.
No look.
All right.
Okay, I want to hear it right now, man.
Florida State is my team. In case the America didn't know, that's my team. While watching that game, I was thinking, okay, they're going to win this game, and I was thinking Alabama should be in over Texas. I know Texas went into Alabama and beat them. But the way Alabama has been playing the last 11 or so games, and the fact that they beat the number 1 team, I was thinking, and I'm just thinking this because this is how the committee has thought over the years. I said, they can mess around and slide Alabama in over Texas. And then I thought about it later. I said, Florida State does not deserve to be in this Final Four. I mean, that's just, I'm thinking, if you, in the grand scheme of things, they just don't look that good and they don't have their starting quarterback. I was just like, I don't think the nation wants to see that. And I know the committee doesn't want I don't want to say cripple, but a backup going into this championship, knowing that you got a team like Georgia out there, Alabama out there, Texas out there. I thought that it was the right decision. They're gonna make the whole country happy. They'll step on Florida State, but you're gonna make the whole country happy by putting Texas and Alabama in there. And the only way to do that was to screw Florida State. And that's just the business of it.
Okay, I tell you what, I was gonna go after you, but but let's go to Book right quick. Book, go ahead and give me your take on it.
I was happy that Texas won and Alabama won because I wanted to see what they was really gonna do because I feel that Texas deserved to be in there. I feel like Georgia deserved to be in there and Florida.
Okay.
I feel like they deserve to be in there, but I don't know how they really. I mean, sometimes they say they go about judging up.
So who's out then? If you think
Alabama. Alabama. I feel like Alabama should have went in. Alabama should have made it.
Okay.
I mean, even though
we got 2 against 1.
And reason I say that because, I don't think Georgia. Well, they didn't beat Georgia that bad. I mean, it was a close game.
It's 3 points.
3-point game.
Yeah, right.
Georgia had lost in 3 years.
Right. It was back to back champs. Yeah.
And then you got Florida got 13-0, and they don't get in. I mean, that's kind of hard, man.
Let me come over to TJ. What you got, TJ?
You probably want to go before I go.
Well, I mean, I got a little lot to say on mine, so I mean, I'm gonna have to hold you back, put the rein on you, bring you back. We'll go.
Okay, look here. You think about it, Florida State undefeated.
Yes.
In the past, you was undefeated, and there was a one-loss team, you was in. So historically, usually, unless your strength of schedule is really bad in the conference. And so then that's a little trigger right there going on with Florida State. Then you look at Alabama. Alabama beat Georgia, number 1 team, right? And so you should put Alabama because they beat the number 1 team. If anybody else beat the number 1 team, only had 1 loss, you may want to put them in there. Texas beat Alabama, who beat the number 1 team. All this stuff is circling around. I look at this and say Florida State was not the 4th best team that was going in. That's a fact, right? But how can you leave them out and they undefeated and they won their conference and did everything they supposed to do? You know what? It should be an emergency 6-game playoff. First 2 teams get a bye. Washington and what's the other team? Undefeated. Michigan. Washington, Michigan get a bye. Those other 4 teams play.
I agree.
We should have did an emergency bye with those 4 teams. That's how it should be done.
But it's too late. You can't just do that at the
they
end of the season.
They should do emergency. That's why I said emergency.
You can't do an emergency. You're talking about 100,000s of people and TV, and there's no way to do it.
They could. I bet they could. But I'll say this: if it's going to be 4, I understand why Florida State's out because they're not the best. They're not the 4th best team. Right. That's why I have against the.
So who you got?
So now
the competition level, they
T. So who you got? So he like. So I think he tied with you. He feel like Florida State should have because he's saying they wasn't one of the best teams. And I respect those opinions. Like I told people, we'd agree to disagree. But let me, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, let me chime in on this right here and give you my backdrop on it. Okay, they keep echoing this best team. If you make that statement today, you can say that Rose is playing his best football. Alabama as a whole is playing their football. But I go all the way back, as I stated before, just on the NFL level. Everybody go through OTAs, everybody go to tour days. Just like in college, everybody go to spring practice, everybody go through tour days. And everybody get a schedule, who's on that schedule. Mm-hmm. The fact that Texas had to go into Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Nick Saban, and they knew that they was coming. Mm-hmm. You could have. Not only did Texas beat you convincingly, because it wasn't like they beat them by a last-second field goal or anything. They beat them by 10, 34-24, if memory serves me correctly.
That's right.
So they beat them, right? Now you want everybody to wait on Alabama till Alabama get better? No, that ain't the way it go. Week in and week out, those kids, I'm talking about the kids now, not the money, because we all know, let's be real. Let's be real. We know what's really the push behind this whole thing. They just got to have an SEC school in it. Just got to have an SEC.
Yeah, you're right.
If I played for Florida State, I had a child that played for Florida State, I want my opportunity. The same way Cardale Jones got his opportunity when he was at Ohio State. Even though they had a heck of a run game with Ezekiel Elliott, Cardale Jones, we wouldn't even known about Cardale Jones if he hadn't got that opportunity. I feel like, and this is Daryl's mob, Florida State. I feel like now, I text you, Daryl, you remember, I text you, I said, now if they had to play that true freshman, then they didn't know. Because they only had like 55 yards passing the other night against Louisville, right? I said no. But I also said, man, I didn't know Florida State defense was that fierce like that. That boy Verse and Fisk and Delos and them, say, man, they carried them boys. Yeah. You can win ugly. It don't have to be all glitz and glamour and glitter. You can win ugly. All I'm just simply saying, I would have took my chances with a Power 5 school who don't have a blemish on their record. And again, undefeated. You talk about strength of schedule. Guess what? Florida State record is as far as strength of schedule, they're third ranked. Guess what Alabama is?
Their strength of schedule is 55th.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
50, think about that. 55th.
Yeah.
Strength of schedule.
Yeah.
Okay, but on the deal they said fourth on the ranking. They said that Alabama was fourth and then it was third.
That's two different categories. Their strength of schedule was 55th, and I think Alabama's was like 7th or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. Yeah.
I got to go back. I got to check because what I saw was third and fourth. But I'll say this. Hold on for a second. I'm saying this. There's no way you take it out of, and I know you text this about Texas fans being upset or students. There's no way, man, you take that out of them kids' hand. I'm talking about the kids now. Those who went out there week in and week out. We'll never know. Because can I definitively say that Georgia would have been Texas? Could have beat Texas? You can say that all day. But I can't definitively say that. You see what I'm saying? What I'm talking about is give me the opportunity, because maybe Tater Down, I guess the last name Tater Down for Florida State, maybe he come in and shock everybody. Maybe he come in and get his drafts, stock up.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's not really. No, wait a minute. It's not them taking a chance. It's the Florida State staff and those players taking a chance.
So I got a question for you. If Georgia beats Alabama, then what? Then who's the top 4?
Oh, Georgia's in there. Alabama's out.
Who's the other 3 for you?
Oh, I would just say.
So who's your top 4 if Georgia wins that game against Alabama?
Oh, you would have Georgia. You would have Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
You would have Washington.
And
Florida State.
Okay,
Florida
so no
State.
Texas.
No Texas.
Nope.
Okay,
Texas would have made
Yeah, and no Texas.
I agree.
Texas would have made
Yeah, but I kept saying though, D.A., I said, well, because initially you said that Texas is out. That's why I got receipts.
I was trolling you.
But I'm saying Texas.
But that's why
I said Texas couldn't be out because Texas beat Alabama and Alabama. And let me just say this,
But I don't
TJ.
think it don't always go like that just because you beat somebody. Because you can, like Alabama always usually do, they lose early. So when you go on an 11-game winning streak and your team is getting better, and then in the final game you beat the number 1 undefeated team for 20-something games, that's way more powerful than Texas beating them early.
And I'll come right to you in just a second, TJ.
I think that's more powerful than Texas beating them early.
What I'm simply saying is this though, and we talked about rivalries and throwing records out or whatever. We looked at the Iron Bowl. Auburn, a 6-16, really should have won that game against Alabama, but they didn't. Okay, I understand that. But if you're talking about they got beat, I think New Mexico beat them. New Mexico beat Auburn. Think about that for a second now, right? I'm simply saying you're talking about who's playing best. Who's playing best? I'm saying when you talk about Florida State not having a blemish, and I'm sitting there, I got to look at all of it. I just can't just say, I understand.
But they look so bad, man.
You're talking about,
but look so
no,
bad. And
what
that's
I'm
my
saying,
team, man. So you know how I feel. I'm saying I don't even want to see y'all in championship.
But DA, what I'm saying, you're looking at it from the offensive side of the ball, and I get it.
Yeah.
Because we looking at, we understand that points put seats in the fan, butts in the seats.
Yeah.
We understand that part. But the way I saw them boys play defense, man, because you can say in spite of, right? Or I said this earlier. Okay, you say they don't have Jordan Austin. We lost him in the middle of the season. They played with their second-string quarterback. They played with a true freshman. You can make all those statements, right? But I can easily come back and say, but they won in spite of not having a number 1 quarterback, not having a number 2 quarterback.
My question would be this. Who did they beat? Who's their signature win?
They don't have him.
That's my whole point. So when we come back
him.
to the committee since from the beginning have always talked about signature wins and wins against top opponents and stuff like that, especially those who actually show the time. Through time that actually are better and better that you beat. So one of the things about Florida State this season is that their conference has not been strong at all.
Right.
And so that's the weakest point. All those teams been losing against other teams and other conferences as well too. So
can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Who was their signature loss?
They ain't play anybody.
That's a good question.
They ain't play anybody good. That's the problem.
But there's no way we sit here and say, Tim, at the end of the day, we can sit here and honestly say, as former players, sit here and say that you don't want your shot. Because I'm going to tell you something. I remember telling God rest his soul, late great Ricky Dixon. And we had him scheduled. You know, I said, Ricky, we got y'all next year. We wound up taking us off the schedule. It was UTEP playing Oklahoma. He said, man, we're gonna run through y'all. I said, yeah, y'all might. Back then they had Jamil Holloway and all them boys. I said, yeah, y'all might put up 60 points. But I say on that left corner, they gonna have to see me. And that's how I felt. I felt that. I even felt when the corner that was in front of me, when he didn't want to see him go down. But when he went down, first thing I said was, he'll never play left corner again. They wanted to move him to strong safety. So what I'm saying is, I know when you're behind the 8 ball. I don't care what nobody say, man. If I was a player for Florida State, Coach Mike Norvell, I want my opportunity, man. Don't take that from me, man. Don't take that from me.
But this is how the committee has taught us to.
They don't play
Georgia. I'm saying the committee has.
They gonna play Georgia.
You shouldn't be surprised.
They can
So we can't have two conversations going on. I'm gonna need both of y'all. DA talking right now.
25.
We're gonna split it up.
Nobody should be surprised by this. This has been happening since the beginning of time. Remember when there was no championship game and there was two?
Well, we know it's better. It's much better than what
I started thinking like the committee thinks. I said, you know what? Forget what I think. Committee is gonna think like this, and that's why I was like, I ain't surprised about it.
Right.
Well, you say what, TJ?
Strength of schedule has always been something they always looked at. If you don't win against somebody that's really good, you do not get in. That's been the beginning.
Yes.
Since when the times when actually was no conference and you played using this weak conference over here and you went undefeated, you wouldn't play.
And I figure that's why he didn't get in. I figure that's
you got.
But two things can be right.
Have to go.
We're not disagreeing with you. I just don't think you should be surprised by how it happened.
You have to go pick someone actually in your off games that somebody's really good if you want to win a championship.
All right, there you have it, guys. You know, we I guess it's a stalemate, right? Okay, so we gonna try to make it fair. We still got 4 good teams. I'm not saying I think it'll be a great opportunity for the championship. We still look forward to the championship. Is the worst team, but let's do this here. We need to go ahead and wrap this segment up right here. But when we come back, we ain't forgot. We're gonna talk about them Dallas Cowboys and Seattle Seahawks. Oh, absolutely. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back on the replay. Hey, welcome back to the replay. So we're going to get into this next segment here because we're talking about that game Thursday night. And I'm going to come right down here to my boy JB Booker because we're going live. Yeah, man. We talking about the Dallas Cowboys, man, defeating those doggone stubborn, I call them stubborn, Seattle Seahawks 41-35.
I knew the Seahawks was going to be up for this game, because they had, 49ers just had baptized them. So, I knew they was going to be up and they was going to give us all they had. But that being said, our defense, man, our defense kind of plays slow. We gave up some big plays, at some times. But Bland came through. When we needed to, the defense came through when it needed to come through.
He got cooked, though.
He got cooked. But I can say that what we talked about earlier, Cowboys playing against over 500 teams. And I saw the difference a little bit in our defense. So our defense, that was a good game for our defense going into this week. You know what I'm saying? I think that was a good test for us to kind of, give us an eye opener. That we have been kind of playing down to our skill level. But overall, I was happy with Dak. The offensive line, we did good. The offensive line started off kind of slow because, gave up a few sacks. You know what I'm saying? But that being said, the offense. I was impressed with Dak. I'm still impressed with Dak. Dak is making me feel like, I might come out to transfer.
Y'all all toasters.
Toast.
Oh, come out the transfer.
Stay in there, man.
But this is the week. This is a good week. Philly, they're down. They lost. They're coming off a loss, and we coming off a tough win. So This is gonna be the week, man.
We're gonna talk about it just a second.
This gonna be the week.
Well, TJ, what was your take from the game, man, against Seattle?
Well, that defense, they need to rise up. So they finally kind of did it when the coach made an adjustment at halftime.
That's right.
He put Stephon Gilmore on your boy over there. So that
Oh,
made a
they
big
flipped.
He flipped sides
They
as
flipped
well.
the coin,
So
yeah.
it helped Bland out a little bit. Still, somebody's still trying to work Bland a little bit over there. He got that pick.
Right.
It kind of like,
Right.
it's like, hey, keep trying me, right? Keep trying me. You find out.
Right.
Keep find. Mess around and find out. Is that what they say? Mess around and find out. So,
Right.
so Bland, he get put in the blender a little bit early in the game. So, but he was actually close. He was covering the guys pretty close. He
Right.
just a couple of plays in that slant.
Right.
A couple of slants actually where he let the guy cross his face. He needed to do that. So we talked about that
Right.
the day of the game. And then we talked about Stephon Gilmore, who stepped up and played because he played
He did.
really well,
He
man.
did. He
He
really
was
did.
unsung hero
He really
in a
did.
way because the rest of the guys and those linebackers, as far as the run, they still let people get out on them. They still get pushed. And so just a little bit. They didn't do that much. They kind of schemed for that and did pretty well. And then I would say the way that Dak just pinpointed some of those passes. He hit those shots. He hit that one. He was hitting people where nobody else could catch the ball but the receiver. And so he would start to placing the ball. Dak is throwing the ball. He was placing the ball. I can see why your boy Aaron Rodgers was so excited about what he's watching for his Dak, how he's playing, because he's placing the ball. He just got to keep placing that ball like that. And, man, it'd be totally different how the rest of the season will go if he continues to place the ball the way he's doing it.
Yeah. I definitely concur with you. D, what you got from what was your take, baby? Talk to me, man. I need you to be really, really truthful, man. Don't be come with them 49ers.
That's all I got. I think Seattle could have. I think they could have won the game, but if you probably wasn't. If you're a Cowboy fan, you probably wasn't looking at this. I ain't a fan of either, so I'm looking at it with neutral eyes.
You neutral.
The last 3 possessions, they didn't even look at the dude who killed y'all the first 3.5 quarters.
You texted that out to me.
The last 3 possessions didn't even look at big boy.
AJ,
DK
Metcalf.
And a dude with his speed and his size, I ain't saying he's like Randy Moss, but even if they double him, he's not double. He gonna run right by the first dude, and it's just gonna be him one-on-one with that safety. But my point was, you got to find a way to get that dude the ball, man. You've been killing him the whole game, and then don't even look at him, Jabril. 4 plays on 3 possessions. That's 12 plays, and they got first downs on a couple of those possessions. They didn't look at that dude one time in the last 3.
Let me say one thing to that, and I'll let you go. They were looking at him. He looked over. Because I was watching for that because I was wanting to see how Gilmore was doing. That's why I praised Gilmore. Gilmore was in his grill.
Gilmore can't tie that
But he was
dude's
in
shoes.
his grill. He was in his grill. He was in his grill in the game. So you can say that.
That's why.
But the game was played, and he actually was in his grill during the game.
That's why Randy Moss and Calvin Johnson, those guys were so good. They quarterback didn't care. Like, I don't care how many you got out there. Run your route. I'm throwing you the ball, and they didn't do that. You should have at least tried to do that a few times on those.
So what you okay? So let me scheme wise. Let me scheme wise schematically think. Let me say what I think would happen, concurring with what Tim is saying. I don't think it was a question of them probably going just totally away from DK. Now I will admit
they did.
Hold on, I will admit. You still have to try to involve him in the game, which it seemed like they just totally went away from him. But let me say what Dan Quinn did. He flipped the corners with Stephon Gilmore,
who was 40 years old.
Hold on, Dan Quinn did what Primetime didn't do. No matter defeated me in some kind of way against Stanford.
Right? Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Press up, play 7 off, but still have your safety right there over the top. So they did that against DK Metcalf. Now you can force the ball. You can do that. But think about how schematically how Seattle was still drive. It was first of all they was up 28-20. Come out at halftime, go right down, score a touchdown.
Yep.
So now you kind of your play calling is a little bit more conservative now because you're really trying to play, conservatively and keep your defense, let your defense. Yeah. They're playing good, so your play calling is just different. You can force that ball if you want to. Then you get the momentum. Dallas switches, Big M kick in, the momentum, then the fans get involved. So I think
But
Pete
what
Carroll.
happened? What happened on the last 3 drives anyway? You go for it. You go for it on 4th down and you don't get it. You go for it on 4th down. You don't. You go for it 4th down. You don't get it because you're not going to the dude who got y'all.
But DA, you got a 4th and 1, 4th and 2, right?
4th and 1.
DeMarcus Lawrence made a heck of a play.
We can't agree. Made a magical.
He made a heck of a play.
Yes,
so if you think about it in terms of do I throw or do I run, you look at the percentages, right?
Yeah, I don't just mean that play because he just made a hell
But that
of
was
a play.
one. That was. Well, I tell you something
But
else.
you can't.
Wait a minute though. Hold on for a second.
Man, I see this with Seattle.
DA, let me finish.
Okay,
Let me finish.
right.
Let me finish.
And then I'm gonna
let me
give
finish.
15 seconds. Yeah.
Because I will say that Seattle had the opportunities. Cause we sat there and watched. Did we not, TJ? We sat there and watched TJ Lockett. If he don't fall down, remember on the throw that if he don't in the middle of the field, he's still running, man. He's still running.
Yeah.
So
But they didn't even go to Lockett on the last few possessions. They weren't even looking at Lockett. Now, if he's double, if Metcalf is double,
you're not watching the game.
Where is Lockett?
Watch the corner. See, I watch the game.
Man, it don't matter, man. Look,
forget all that. It don't matter. It do matter. It always matter.
I used to
hold on. Let me say this. I used to cover up people. And when I covered them up, they didn't throw the ball. I didn't get no picks because I covered up and didn't let them have any opening. I don't care how tall you are. I come up through you.
You gotta go to him.
I come up through you.
It don't. You ain't playing though.
So, okay,
but I'm not the only one to know the technique.
But I'm saying, T, I watch Seattle because I'm a 49er fan. I watch Seattle as well. It is so many games where they just don't even throw to this dude, and he is a freak of nature. And I'm like, Gino, that's your meal ticket. This the dude gonna get you where you need to go. You can't not go to that dude on 3 possessions in a game like that. I don't care who the cornerback
Let's see what he does
is.
against
Except for Deion Sanders, anybody else, they need to throw him.
Well, let's dial it back a little bit.
Yeah.
We understand, and I hear exactly what you're saying. You just can't go totally away from it.
Yeah,
you got to design something to keep them into the game. We would have the same thing if it was CD Lamb. We said the same.
Yes.
Mike McCarthy has done
at the beginning of the year.
Mike McCarthy has done a wonderful job in moving him around and so forth.
Yeah.
I just think that when you look at Seattle, their overall scheme and how they scheming, because like leaving Michael Parsons unblocked.
Yeah.
Are
Is
you
that the
crazy?
dumbest thing in your
You're gonna think the back is gonna come from this side,
all the way
scheme
around
over here to let him drive up the field so you can still get the ball. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So again, I get what you're saying in terms of DK Metcalf. They seem like they went all the way from him. You still got to keep him involved. But I do think Dallas definitely made some adjustments, and so that's the way the ball bounces sometimes. But what I want to talk about before we close this particular segment out is now that Dallas is facing Seattle. That other bird, Philadelphia Eagles. Right? We got another bird. We got to pluck. Right? I want to get y'all take on because, like I say, Philadelphia just lost. They finally got exposed. They are who we think they are. So they got to come to us. We've been playing heck of a football. I'm gonna come to you on this first, TJ. We've been playing heck of a football at home. How do you see that game going, man?
Think about how long it's been. Dallas has been winning at home. It's been 2 seasons.
Right.
They ain't lost a game at home. They played very well. They play differently at home. So the team has to get a lot better. So they need to win this game no matter what's going on, because not only that, they need to get some home field advantage.
I agree.
Right? And so with that, how I feel about the game, they're going to win. But the reasons is more important. The reason is because Dak is going to play very well. The offensive line, Tyron Smith, who's all of a sudden now is actually healthy, and he's playing. See, that's the biggest key. He hadn't been really fully healthy. Now he's blocking 2 people. He chipped one guy over here, blocked another one. So Dak can get the ball out.
Right.
So Tyron is actually playing well, but he always plays well when he's healthy.
It's that dang on
so now
Steele.
He's dominant. Yeah,
Steele better play. Steele need to step up.
We're waiting for the knee to get healthy.
What's your take on it, though, Book?
My take on it, like I was saying earlier, man, it's gonna be a good game because like Philly, they gonna come out, gonna try to prove themselves that they come off a big loss. But I think we're ready, man. I think the Cowboys ready. I think, like you said, the offensive line is blocking good, and Pollard he's getting his rhythm. It's like he's finding his niche. You know what I'm saying? We're running the ball a lot better, and our receivers, they're getting separation. I mean, Philly secondary, man, we should beat them 24-14.
Okay, I want you to keep that when we come back on the pick. I want you to keep that same score. See if you can remember that score. I'm going to the DA right quick, man. And DA, what's your take on the DA? What's your assessment of it?
I don't think Philly can stop Cowboys, especially at home, because they are a home team. Like it's a circus in AT&T Stadium when they play at home. Philly can't stop them, but I don't think they can stop Philly either. And I think this game is big. This is the biggest game, other than the Niners game, that Dak has had. And he going to show y'all that he's Dak this week. And he can't handle them big moments.
So you say he's going to come back to reality?
He going to come back to reality this week.
Back to life.
He can't handle these big moments like this. One or two things go wrong, it's a wrap. Tell him. Don't let him get behind. Yes, sir.
If Dak
y'all get some
do
jumping
different, if Dak do different, you lose 2 points on you. You got to give up 2 of your wins.
So what is you
if you're that confident,
so Book is challenging you, man. He said y'all want to get some jumping off.
Yeah.
You know, the first time he said you about down to him and all this. Y'all want to get some jumping off.
Do I get extra wins? We can do the where it just affects me and you.
But now
we can do something where it affects me.
I might need you to take
Right.
that. So if he lose,
Yeah.
he give up 2 wins.
So
he gonna show.
you got.
Yeah.
They gonna put me in the middle of it.
I ain't in it.
I'm not giving them my wins. I'm trying to work out this cellar, man. It's too hard.
I got feeling.
You got.
I think
we ain't on the picks yet. He just putting it out there. Book putting it out there. All right. Let me make my personal assessment where I see the game going. I think Dak is definitely going to continue with what he's been doing. I think he's definitely in a rhythm now. Here we go.
I hate it. I mute my TV, man, until he snapped the ball.
Look at he had on the cadence and everything.
Don't y'all hate that.
No, we love it. We love it. I said 1, 2, 3. Here we go. But I think Dak is in a zone. He's in a rhythm. I think he will continue to have success, especially what he's seen. Just Brock Purdy just did to him, man. The problem, the key for me is Dallas' second defense, man. That second line, the middle linebackers, man. They got to really, really key in, dial in. I think Philly's going to definitely take a look at the film, what they didn't do right against San Francisco. They're going to get back to the base and they're going to run the football. We got to be ready to stop the run. Seriously. They know Dallas can put up a lot of points. So they're going to try to be, I think, more conservative and just go off a play action pass.
Yeah.
But Dallas got to be ready. But this is like Tim just said, this is a key game. If Dallas lose this game, I may not talk about the Dallas Cowboys, man, for the rest of the time on the show. I'm just saying, because they got to win this game, D.A. I'm not playing. This is one of these games where ain't no if and buts about it. They need this win, man.
They need this win.
I think the 800-pound gorilla is more on the Dallas Cowboys. And I'm not just saying Dak. I said the Dallas Cowboys. It's on them, man, more so than I think Philadelphia.
Yeah, we have to be good in all aspects. Special teams, running game.
Yeah, we got to play great complementary football, man. We have to do that because the season's starting to wind up. We're in the month of December. As we always talk about it, TJ. You know, they always remember those who finished first in December. So on that note, we're going to come right back. We're going to have these picks for y'all when we get right back. So don't go nowhere. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit that share button. And welcome back to the replay, y'all. So y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what we do in this last segment. We got to talk about these picks, man. You know, and what we got coming up. We don't have any college picks, so we're going to kind of combine a little bit more of these pro picks that we got. So we're going to get to it real quick. Starting out with the Jacksonville Jaguars going into the Cleveland Browns. But before we do this first pick, let me tell you everybody where we at right now. We're right at, there's a tie. There's a tie between Daryl and my man TJ, Tim. TJ he's 57-29. Daryl is 57-29. And there's another tie between me and Booker. We were both down in the cellar. He pulling my foot up. I'm trying to come up. He pulling me back down. And then he go up pulling him back down.
And ain't nobody knocked on the door yet.
So me and Booker, we actually 55-31. But that's okay. I think I'm gonna depending on what we do this week, I'm coming. I'm getting out this basement with him. But anyway, we're going to talk about Jacksonville. They have to go into Cleveland. Who you like in that book?
Jacksonville and Cleveland Browns. Very interesting. Oh,
that's a good one now.
I'm gonna go with Jacksonville.
You gonna take Jacksonville on the road?
Jackson. Ooh. I want to take Cleveland, but I'm gonna go with Jacksonville.
Okay, you got Jacksonville. Who you like in that one, T?
Cleveland defense is really good. They got a really good defense. I'm taking Jacksonville.
I knew it was coming. If he start praising one team, he gonna show pick the other one.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm taking Jacksonville, man.
I got Jacksonville only because Cleveland's quarterback situation.
Exactly. That's me too. Okay, then we got the Eagles I should probably say that last. I'm gonna say that last. Hold on, I'm gonna say that last. Tampa Bay. I'm going to DA.
Okay.
Tampa Bay is going to Atlanta. Atlanta leading the NFC South. So Tampa Bay still. I think they still in there trying to hang in there.
Yeah,
man.
I think Atlanta's that division is so weak. I think Tampa Bay can go in there and upset them. They ain't that strong. Atlanta's not that strong.
You taking Tampa Bay?
Quarterback controversy. I got
All
Tampa
right.
Bay.
Well, I'm gonna take Atlanta. Who you like?
I got Atlanta. That's all I got to say.
Thank you.
I just want to let him know.
Who you like in that book?
Man, I'm gonna ride with my boy, man.
Thank you, Book.
Going
Man.
Tampa Bay.
man. I'm
Tampa
going
Bay and
Tampa
Atlanta.
Bay, man.
Okay.
I'm going with
Next up, we're gonna have Houston is going to New York. They got to play them the game green. Ooh, man, I'm gonna tell you
Man.
something. This is the kind of game that you
It seems
Houston-
it's smoke and mirrors. Like
yeah, and the fact that D'Amico Ryan, I mean, that Houston has really taken on the personality of their coach, man. Man, this is gonna be a good one. And you know, just I'm gonna go ahead and say Houston, man. I'm gonna take Houston, man, in a close one.
I'll
In a
go
close
next
one.
if you want.
I know, man. I already know I'm picking.
I got the Texans because Jets don't even know who their quarterback is going to be this weekend.
You gotta tell y'all start picking Texas because I picked Texans, y'all. But anyway, Texans with my mom. Anyway, go ahead. But go ahead, though.
Hey, Ben, you know, when you go out of school, you know, you go away from home, you go out of school, you learn to respect and love your Texas teams, right? So I love Texans for that reason. So I'm picking Texans because actually I think they'll.
Why so thought you was gonna say the Jets for a
I'm
minute?
telling you, whoever he
You got
prays,
Jets
he
too?
going to jump.
Say, man, I'm a Texas kind of guy, man.
Right.
I'm going with Texas.
All right, so we all got the Texans on there. Well, dang on it. Well, they went. I remember several episodes ago, man. Y'all wouldn't even take the Texans. I was afraid one took a chance on them. But anyway,
Appreciate
it's
Yeah.
the same. That's all y'all get. Okay, I got one. Then DA. I got one. Then DA. Now I'm gonna come to Tim first on this one right here.
All right.
The Rams still vying for their playoff. They still fighting in that NFC West, trying to get in on that wild card. They got to go in and play the Ravens, Baltimore Ravens. Who you like in that game?
They play Baltimore Ravens.
They playing the
At
Ravens.
home?
At
I got
home.
the Ravens.
You got the Ravens?
Ravens.
Ravens? But y'all
That's
saying
their
it real
defense.
quick.
What's next, man?
We
We all got Ravens. No,
okay.
Rams. Man, that's no brainer.
Shoots, man. I want to jump ship with y'all, but I'm trying to stay with this joker right here. So I'm going to go with Ravens, man, on that. So next we got Indy going into Cincinnati, man. I'm going to go first on that. I'm going to take Indy.
I'm going to take Cincinnati.
Okay, I
got
like that.
Indy.
You got Indy?
Oh, man, why you do that? I was picking Indy already. Indy been playing a whole lot better. That's the reason I'm picking. They've been playing a whole lot
And
better
the
ball.
quarterback,
And Cincinnati ain't. They got the injury with the
Yeah.
quarterback, so that's the reason.
So you taking Indy?
Cincinnati
I'm
got
taking
Indy
okay,
quarterback.
okay.
Yes,
I'm
no,
taking
Joe
the
Burrow ain't in. You know,
Oh!
I didn't know Joe Burrow was hurt.
He been out the whole
Thank you, man.
You didn't know?
He's out the rest.
Oh my
Nah,
goodness.
I'm going with Indy.
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna start telling y'all doing your research before we start doing the pick
I'm
on the
going
show.
with Indy, man.
That was last time when he switched up on the running back at the Soda or
Well,
something.
heck, he switched up last week at the end of the end of the week, so that's the only
Okay.
Sure it is.
But Book was gonna go with Cincinnati, man. I mean, what y'all got a conspiracy going on?
No, I just feed
All
the
right.
man the info.
All right, well, Buffalo got to go into Kansas City Chiefs, man.
Chiefs.
You like the Chiefs in that? Who you like in that, TJ?
Buffalo going to Kansas
going
City.
to Kansas City.
Ooh, Buffalo
Kansas
like to
City really
rise.
playing
Buffalo
it
rise up really, really well at times. I'm picking Chiefs.
Chicken
See,
Chiefs.
whoever he praised, he
Go
gonna
the
talk.
opposite
He'll say
direction.
the opposite.
He go the opposite direction. Who you liking that?
Man, I don't think the Chiefs are who they once were, and therefore I'm going with the Bills this game. I think the
Boy,
Bills gonna bring. it.
man, you know what?
I think the Bills are gonna bring
I
it.
should really
Go
concur
the
with you
Bills.
on that. I just, man, you and DA right, man. Our Chiefs, man, it ain't like I'm gonna go with the Chiefs, but I'm telling you right now, it would not surprise me if the Bills win that game because I just think the Chiefs is not them receivers they got, man, is really suspect. Really, and Kelsey seems like ever since he started dating Taylor Swift, he in the studio want to write a hit. So I really want to go with the Bills, but I'm gonna go this one more week with them. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs, boy. I'm gonna tell you. Okay, so last but not least, we have the Minnesota Vikings. They're going into Las Vegas. I'm gonna take. I like to see Antonio Pierce. Vikings still playing. Oh man, this is good. I'm gonna take Minnesota Vikings.
That's who I'm taking, the Vikings.
You taking the Vikings? Who you liking that, TJ?
I'm taking Vegas.
Taking Vegas?
Vegas at home. Yep.
Yeah, I like. Man, I don't know about that Minnesota quarterback.
He has his
I
moments.
just gotta go home team Vikings.
Okay,
I mean,
The Raiders.
the
The Raiders. You got the Raiders,
The Raiders,
and you
yeah.
like Minnesota.
yeah, y'all
right?
also got Minnesota.
Okay, I'm gonna jump off and go
Raiders.
Okay. Look,
But
I'm gonna stay
he
with
go,
Minnesota.
I think
Stay
he's
with
gonna end
Minnesota.
up Like,
State, Minnesota.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Cause the Raiders.
Because you try to find your way out the jungle some kind of way.
I'm
think
sure.
you just
I
messed
sure.
yourself
All right, well, let's switch over since we don't.
You
Since we
we
don't have.
the Dallas Eagles game. You said it for
Oh
last.
yeah. The best for last. How
Yeah.
can I forget? But I said the Eagles. I thought I might have said.
Cowboys.
Yeah, but the best for last.
Everybody got
We
Cowboys.
saved the best for last.
No.
Eagles gotta come see us. The Dallas Cowboys. I'm gonna go ahead and go with D first. Who you liking that D?
Cowboys.
I'm liking the boys in green.
I think that's a
got
hater's
Philly.
pick. He got
Look at all
Philly.
this green.
He got Philly. He got Philly. You gonna feel it too.
gonna feel it.
You gonna feel it. Of course, I got.
Shove,
Of course, I got the
shove.
Cowboys.
And he probably gonna switch at the end of the,
No, I'm
end
not.
of the week. He gonna switch and say,
Only
"Hey,
way I switch is
hey, I'm
Jalen's
gonna
hurt.
switch. I'm gonna see. I'm
he's
gonna
not
Dallas
hurt.
now." So, but
He's
okay.
playing. They say he got a concussion protocol, so we know Jalen
If
is.
Jalen is playing, I got Philly.
Okay, you got Philly. We understand. You like who?
I'm playing Dallas.
You got
Dallas.
you got the Cowboys. Absolutely. Okay. All right. But that's it from on the pro level. So we're gonna switch over to the high school level. We have no college picks this week. So we gotta talk about these boys, man. These Duncanvilles and South Oak Cliff and DeSoto High School. But they're going up against some schools, man. It's not gonna be in this area, so to speak, because we got I think it's Frisco Everson. I think that's the name of the team. They're 12-2. They're playing South Oak Cliff at 12-2. They're playing them out there at Frisco Ford Stadium. So who you like in that book?
I like Sock. The thing I like about Sock, man, Sock got a great coaching staff, man. Those guys adjust very well, man. So if anything that happened in the first half that they're not used to, Jay Todd and them go second half and get together.
They're
I
gonna
take
adjust.
Sock.
Who you like in that game, book?
But
I mean,
DA.
that's my no look.
look, got say man.
I mean, DA got me. That's my
Man, I like Sock.
Okay.
Man, but they are playing a Frisco team out in Frisco. Man, I'm going with Sock, even though I think they might get upset, but I gotta go with Sock.
Okay, and TJ, who you like in that game?
Oh, I got Sock.
You going Sock? Got
Yeah,
three
we
socks?
gonna do it,
Okay, well, you know what, man? I'm going with Frisco.
wanted
I'm
to.
going with Frisco.
You said one sock too many.
Yeah.
Do these games count?
They say what? Yeah, yes, they do.
Okay, I wanted to know.
Okay. Yeah,
So these
yeah.
count.
They got one sock too many. And don't get me wrong, man. Don't get me wrong. I'll be rooting with Sock with my heart like you did with DeSoto, but I just think they're gonna throw the flags on Sock this year, man.
That's what I'm thinking.
I just think they're gonna out of Frisco
Same
Frisco
thing with
forward.
DeSoto. Same thing
Yeah,
with
I don't want to put it out there, but hey. Okay, but now we got another game coming up. We got 14-0, man. North Crowley, man. North Crowley playing Duncanville. I don't know where it's to be determined right now, but I'm going to go first on this one. North Crowley's 14-0. Duncanville's 13-1, I believe, or 12-1. I'm taking Duncanville, nevertheless. Who you like, D.A.?
I like Duncanville.
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 D-Ville. Okay. Last but not least, we got South Lake Carroll. Is going to be playing DeSoto Eagles, man. 13-1 up against 13-0.
Ooh, that's a good one.
TJ, I come with you. Who you liking at South Lake Carroll, man?
No, I got DeSoto. DeSoto been playing better than anyone the whole season long.
Yeah,
and actually, when I saw them playing before they played Duncanville, the way I watched them play before they played them, I knew they was going to beat Duncanville as well. So I got DeSoto.
Is the running back ain't playing?
The backup running back is just as good. I found out from watching him. Now I seen the backup running back. Even if he's out, the backup running back is good.
So you ain't change your pick.
No, I'm not changing.
Okay, well, DA, who you liking?
I'm not doing a DA.
Man, if I put it this way, if DeSoto had manhandled Duncanville, if Duncanville had beat DeSoto earlier, I'd pick South Lake Carroll. But the way DeSoto manhandled Duncanville, I gotta go with them against.
You going DeSoto?
With DeSoto.
So who you liking that?
Yeah,
I already know. Yeah. I know. Yeah. You ain't gonna go against.
He say he's man on Duncanville.
And they
And
did.
that's my
So
team.
you know they both green. They both wear green.
Yeah, but we gonna. It don't matter to us, man.
So you got
We
DeSoto.
green and
though,
black.
yeah.
We green and
Okay, all
black.
right, we got DeSoto. Well, let me get my pick on. I'm looking, South Lake Carroll.
Gotta get out that basement.
South Lake Carroll versus
in the
DeSoto.
Out that
I gotta go
basement.
DeSoto, man. I can't go against
You
singing to
better
them
not.
boys over there, man. Where they earn that thing out, man. So that's gonna conclude on the picks now. We got the high school picks, we got the pro picks, we got those picks in. So now we're gonna get on with these shout outs, man. I'm gonna start with Booker. Booker, you get the first couple of shout outs. Who you shouting out
I
to
want to
this week,
send
baby?
a shout out to Big Murph for Texas.
That's right.
Muhammad
Give it
for
up to
Texas.
Big Murph, man. They did their thing. in that Big
What's the
12.
baby? The receiver for Texas with DeSoto.
Dante Cook.
I want to send a shout out to Cook. I want to send a shout out to Muhammad for Washington too. Man, I'm so proud of you guys, man. Keep up the good work. Love y'all guys. Y'all go do your thing, man.
Man, on TJ, who you shouting out to this week, baby?
Well, I want to shout out to Tyron Smith, as I mentioned him, for being healthy.
That-
being on the
that was-
field.
yeah,
It is so important for him to be healthy. Just stay healthy, my brother. And also a shout out to our producer who's back.
Yeah, ready to get up there. Yeah. Shout out. My real shout out. My real shout out. He back
shouting them socks out,
It
man.
was too cold. It was too cold. My boy said it was too cold up there. He said, I'm used to cold, but not this kind of cold. He came back. Well, DA, who you shouting out this week, man?
I'm shouting out Fort Oak Cliff Mavericks, man. That's my squad. And,
Yeah, man.
Started Plano League this weekend. We got
Right
a
on.
league at Beckley Center. We got one at Kimball coming up. And I want to thank Fort Oak Cliff for sponsoring us and being our partner so our boys can have the resources that they need.
Big shout out, man. Clap it up, yeah, absolutely. And that's a great job that Daryl is doing, man, with his squad, the kids, the Mavs, man, and so big shout out to to those little kids, that organization that he's been coaching for a while now. Well, my shout out, I mean, you kind of stole my moment a little bit, but I got to give a big shout out to both Muhammads.
That's right.
I call them, like you've been hearing Sam, if I post them, they like my spiritual nephews, man. Big shout out to Jabbar Muhammad. He made the first Pac-12 first team defensive back. Big shout out to him, man.
Way to go,
nephew.
Way to go, baby.
Another big shout out is to Malik Manny Muhammad, man, down there at Texas Longhorns, man. He's coming on really strong. Didn't start the season, but now he's in the starting lineup. He was getting a lot of time early in the season, playing as a true freshman. So another big shout out to Malik. No doubt.
True freshman.
And like I say, man, and just overall big shout out, man, to you guys. I want to shout you guys out, man. And like I say again to the producer Jerome Sheffield, we've been doing some great things with this thing, man. We've been growing the channel, y'all. Without you all, it wouldn't be no us. So please, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit the subscribe, like, and share button. This has been another episode 14 here on the replay. So until next week, we'll be back. Y'all be safe and sound. And always keep God first.